Hey friendo, Steve here. Welcome back to Wrestle Juice. So WrestleMania is about 3 weeks away, and I thought it'd be a perfect time to do some early predictions. Now, not all the matches have been announced quite yet. There are 9 matches set in stone, meaning the participants, the stakes, they're all laid out. They're all there. They're all ready to go. There are still more matches yet to be either determined or the participants are to be determined. For example, the big tag match where there's like a bunch of people fighting for entry into the tag title match. I think altogether it's going to be like 6 teams. So I'm not going to talk about that one today. I kind of feel like Judgment Day is going to lose their titles, but just to who exactly, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe DIY. I'm not going to predict that one. Not now. Also, the women's tag titles, it seems like I might have an idea as to what that match is going to be. Probably Naomi and maybe Bianca, because I don't know if they're going to be doing Bianca versus Tiffany. I don't know. There are 9 matches available, so I thought it'd be fun to do early predictions and then match those up with my eventual predictions, like the week before WrestleMania. Why not? I got nothing else to do. There's other stuff going on in wrestling, but this is what I want to do today. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so first up, we got LA Knight, versus AJ Styles. This was just set up on SmackDown this past Friday. As you can see, I'm using the WWE.com website because who has time to save all these pictures and then plunk them in later on during post-production? Nah. I like to do everything in camera if possible. So we've got LA Knight versus AJ Styles. This is kind of interesting because AJ Styles has been kind of chumped out since his return. Dude is jacked. He's all huge. LA Knight, he's also coming off of a bunch of losses in terms of like big event losses. And you'd think that LA Knight would be maybe the guy on the ascent to get the win here. AJ Styles screwed him out at Elimination Chamber. I'm going to say LA Knight wins this one, although I kind of feel like AJ Styles, he doesn't need it more. He's like a former world champion of I think he had the title for like a year. So AJ Styles doesn't really need this. It's just he's coming back after a big return and he's jacked. But I'm guessing it's going to be LA Knight. Regardless, I think this is going to be LA Knight's best match because AJ Styles is still a really, really, really super good wrestler. So I think this is going to be LA Knight's like best match back or best match that he's had in WWE. This should be a really good one. They'll probably give it like 10 minutes and LA Knight will get the win. So I think LA Knight's going to win this one. Not a lot of confidence on that though, because I feel like it could go either way. Maybe you start night 1 with this match and maybe it'll be a stinker. I don't know. Anyways, let's move on to this next one here. This one's going to be killer. Jey Uso, yeet, versus Jimmy Uso, no yeet. Me versus me, person versus person, twin versus twin. Man, I really hope they make this like a 2 or maybe 3 year series where you do Jey as the good guy this year and Jimmy as the bad guy this year. And then along the way over the course of the next year, you flip the script. And by the time we get to 41, Jay's the good guy and Jay's the bad guy and Jimmy's the good guy. I think that could be kind of fun. Regardless, this year it's just Jey versus Jimmy. I don't know. By next year, they'll probably end up teaming up again. Jimmy's the big bad. I feel like he's going to get like the big bad guy moments out of this. He's already screwed Jey out of like multiple title matches. So Jay's got to get the win here. He's got to get the win. Jimmy did the big screw job on Jey several times. So Jay's got to get the win. He is main event Jey. At some point, he actually has to win a big time match for him to consider to continue to be considered big time Jey, big main event Jey Uso, right? Anyways, move on. Next bitch. This one was just also made official on Friday. Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul versus Randy Orton for the United States Championship. This match is going to be awesome. Logan Paul has really developed into a hell of a wrestler. Kevin Owens, who looks like he's 60 in this. What is with this graphic right now? Why does he look so old? Good Lord. They should just give him a little bit of gray hair and he'd look like deep into his 60s. Randy Orton, who probably should win this match because he's so jacked and he's got that RKO. But he's not going to win that match. I feel like the two veterans here, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, are going to sort of take each other out of the equation. And Logan Paul's finally going to get a big WrestleMania win. Of course, he lost to Roman at the Saudi show last year. And he lost to Seth Rollins last year at Mania. For this guy to continue his ascent, you got to have him go over at WrestleMania. I've been super, super impressed with Logan Paul up until this point as a wrestler. Lot to be desired with his energy drink. Man, I still have to try, like, what is it, the strawberry banana one? Maybe I'll try that one. But so far, Glowberry and Ice Pop, Anyways, I'm not trying the actual energy drink, man. I don't think I can take that much caffeine. Moving on. Intercontinental Champion Gunther versus Sami Zayn. So a lot of people are upset. They said that Chad Gable got robbed. He got robbed on his way to this match. But then a lot of people like me were like, nah, man, Sami Zayn, he's the guy. This is going to be potentially match of the show, possibly match of the year candidate. Although Bryan Danielson versus Will Ospreay coming up, that's probably going to end up, come on, that's going to be match of the, anyways. Gunther versus Sami. Gunther's going to win this because he's going to walk into Bash at Berlin, Intercontinental Champion, for like a big title defense there, and that's in August. I don't see him going in there without a title. Some people have suggested that, oh, maybe he's going to challenge for the world title there, but there's too many people in the world title scene for that to be the case. Drew McIntyre, you got Damian Priest with the briefcase, you still got Seth Rollins, you got CM Punk, and then The Rock has also said that he might take that title away, which could mean he's going to screw Seth out of the title, or he's going to make it vanish because he's a TKO board of directors guy and there's only going to be one undisputed champion. I don't know. In any event, Gunther's going to win this. Going to be a phenomenal match. Sami talks about needing to make history, but come on, the guy's been around forever. He was already Intercontinental Champion for a long time. He doesn't need this, and I don't see him being the guy to take that title off Gunther, but the story's there, and this match is going to fuck. It's going to be really good. Next match, Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. Man, oh man, this has been a hell of a feud thanks to Drew McIntyre unlocking this heel Drew character, being a troll. Seth Rollins really sticking his foot in his mouth this past week on Raw, saying, you're the least thing that I'm worried about. You are lowest priority stress in my life. And Drew McIntyre didn't like that. I firmly believe, and I want to see Drew McIntyre win this match. It will be because of the bloodline interference. Probably this has got to be night. Well, yeah, this has got to be night 2. They're not going to do this night 1, you think? They can't, because Seth has this match. So they can't do this night 1. This is probably open night 1, or night 2 rather. Probably. I'm just putting all this together in my head right now. So yeah, Drew will probably win this, which is going to put Seth Rollins in a hell of a spot. Because Cody's going to win his match. Spoiler alert for later on in this video. Cody's going to win his match. And Seth is going to come out of this empty-handed. And so Seth is not going to be happy about that. That's my prediction on that one. Drew's going to be a great world champion, by the way. That's going to be awesome. Let's move on to Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley. I think that they're doing the thing right now with Rhea Ripley that they have been doing with Bianca over the past couple years. Signature wins at WrestleMania against horsewomen or above level talent. We saw this with Bianca and Asuka last year, I think it was. This year, Rhea Ripley. We saw this last year with Rhea, also with Charlotte. And now we get it with Becky Lynch. And I think Rhea Ripley's totally going to win this one. I don't see this going any other way. I don't know who's going to dethrone Rhea. It's got to be a big deal, though. It's got to be like a Money in the Bank cash in, maybe. I don't know who. I have no idea. Maybe like a Tiffany Stratton type. I don't know. Or they do Rhea versus Bianca later on in the year. They revisit that because those are two sort of like the post horsewomen, main event female talent that they got. So maybe they'll do like a Bianca Rhea sort of, swapping the title here and there a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. It ain't going to be Becky, though. Becky had a hell of a run as NXT champion, but she's now in the phase of her career where she needs to be probably still winning a lot, but at the same time, and they're telling the story right now where Becky Lynch is walking in WrestleMania super beat up, and Rhea is fresh because she's not having any matches right now. So yeah, I don't see Becky Lynch. This is dangerous ground right here because Rhea Ripley as a tweener, she's getting the cheers. She's getting all the cheers. People still love Becky. They still love Becky. Don't get me wrong, but man, Rhea is like face of the company material right now, man. So yeah, Rhea wins this one, of course. Another signature win at WrestleMania for Rhea Ripley. Speaking of signature wins, Io Sky versus Bayley. So right now, it looks like Bayley's going to have probably Bianca and Naomi kind of backing her up to a degree. Io Sky has really, and Damage Control, really been sticking it to Bayley. You got to think that Bayley's probably going to win this one. I'm a little bit torn on this, but the way they've been playing this out is they just keep on beating the shit out of Bayley, and that usually leads to, you know, the babyface getting the win here. So I feel like Bayley wins at WrestleMania as a good guy. I feel like that's going to be the case, because then she can have a short title reign, sort of get screwed out of the title by another, you know, bad guy. I don't know who it could be. Maybe cashing in Tiffany Stratton. I don't know. But yeah, Bayley gets a big, giant WrestleMania win right here. Does she need it? Not necessarily. Io could probably actually use that more than Bayley, but this is just a story they're setting up. You know, Bayley built this thing and then it got ripped away from her. And yeah, but again, this right here, kind of along the same lines as Gunther and Sami Zayn. Oh my God, this match is going to be really, really, really good. Could be a show-stealing match at WrestleMania. Let's move on next, bitch. All right, we've got the big night one main event. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Oh my God, he's been doing hilarious work lately. All these social media promos, I've been loving. I think they're great. The Rock concert, good stuff, really funny stuff. Versus, and Roman Reigns, of course, the Bloodline, throw your ones up. Versus Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. Getting goosebumps, people. This match is going to be cool, man. I pray to the wrestling gods that Dwayne doesn't hurt himself. I feel like he's getting in great shape to actually wrestle a match. Luckily, it's a tag match, so he doesn't have to do too much heavy lifting. But yeah, this is going to be something else. In my opinion, I feel like Bloodline's got to win this match, because the following night, night two, we've got this big main event that Cody's going to win, but not unless there's just a shit ton of overbooking. This needs to be Mankind winning the title, where every single main eventer is out there. We got Seth Rollins, we got Drew McIntyre, we got The Rock, we got the rest of the Bloodline, Jimmy, Jay, Solo, we got everybody. Everybody's out there. And Solo sings the national anthem. Cody Rhodes wins. I know I had a video before where I was like, Cody Rhodes is going to lose. But then I did a video afterwards where I was like, Cody Rhodes is going to win. You're fucking crying, Cody? Well, don't cry too much, because you're going to win night two at WrestleMania. I kind of don't want that. I kind of want Roman to win, to be honest with you. But Cody, I think, is going to win, and I'll probably pop pretty big. Anyways, those are my predictions. Get out of here, thing. Those are my predictions for WrestleMania. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. In a couple weeks, I'll do this again for my real predictions once I get a better lay of the land. But right now, it seems like this is what they're setting up. This is what they're setting up, everybody. So anyways, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. You can see her butt right there. You can see there's where her butthole is, right in there, in that area. We'll see if I can get her. Hey. You're so old.